Hey, we're here today. Start Control the Mayhem podcast. And basically, what I want this podcast to be about is literally controlling the chaos. So, we all know chaos, problems, difficulty, adversity is all inevitable. It's all inevitable to happen in your life. And that's where I think people go wrong. They go through life trying their hardest to not go through any adversity, to avoid confrontation, to avoid problems, but you can't. So that sends them into a depression and a negative cycle. What you got to understand is mayhem is inevitable. And life is about orchestrating and controlling and maneuvering through the mayhem, through the chaos, through adversity. Through that, you come out stronger. You come out more refined. You come out better than you were before. So that's what I want to be this podcast to be about is about entrepreneurship. One, because entrepreneurship is the total essence of going through adversity to try to reach a goal. I want this to be about nightlife, events, marketing. I want this to be about culture, about just the whole ecosystem of Atlanta. And I want this to be about mayhem.
It sounds great. They actually call you Mr. Mayhem, correct?
Yeah, they do.
Where did you get that name?
I would say it really started from people, the team being it. First, it started from my birthday, DJ's Mayhem. Then it moved on to my team being called Mayhem World Entertainment. And then it moved on to actually people started calling me Mayhem. My boy Guru, he was the first one to start calling me Mayhem. And then from there, it just grew. And then this one person, forgot her name, DM me and said, why don't you call yourself Mr. Mayhem? And I thought to myself, damn, that shit kind of hard. So I use so I used that, for this era, Mayhem era.
All right. So you used to be, what was it before? DJs, you advise?
Yeah, that was my birthday every year, DJ's Mayhem.
Okay. So now that you're moving into Mr. Mayhem, seems like you're rebranding yourself. So what is something that people misunderstand about you the most? And what's the real story?
I think what people misunderstand about me is at first glance, first impression, they may think that I'm just this dude that want to be with the women, want to mess with women, want to just have fun, but they don't understand the real story is that I'm very business oriented. It's a method behind the mayhem. All of this is orchestrated, the motion, the momentum. I'm orchestrating it into an actual infrastructure and to actually have a system to coordinate and run all this motion through. Also, what people misunderstand about me is that I think I'm a deep thinker. I'm really an overthinker, but I have refined it into just really a deep thinker. So going through all this, I'm always thinking about the next 10 moves. So I'm always thinking 10 steps ahead. So I could be literally, it could be ass shaking in my face. And I'm literally thinking about like what I'm gonna do 3 years from now and what businesses I've launched. So yeah.
So that is definitely not something that everyone can do. So it seems like you definitely have a higher understanding of life, and it's definitely not average. So what point did you realize I can't live average?
It's been different points in my life where okay, I had to turn it up. I can't be average. Then at this point, turn it up, can't be average. Something else happened, and then so one point would be when my brother passed away.
Mm.
That was a major point in my life where it was this before this happened and it was after this happened. I really told myself I got my brother's legacy to live on. I can't let him be forgotten. It was his motivation was at first to tell me about promotion and marketing and setting the seed inside of me to really flourish and pursue marketing. So, he hit me up first about Wallace Promotions And from there, we just started going crazy. And I just really tapped in and locked in. And after he passed away, I really just told myself, I'm not letting this dream go.
Got you. So that's how your nightlife originally started, was with Wallace Promotions?
Yep.
Okay, that's nice. Okay, so what is the biggest lie, since you was a promoter and this is kind of a stigma. I want to know your thoughts on it. What is the biggest lie promoters tell themselves that keeps them broke?
That they got a whole lot of motion, but they don't got shit. They don't have not a goddamn motion, man. They pull up with 30 niggas with no money. Don't none nigga want to put in, but they bring on them every night and then have 3 full sluts and think they movie
Slut?
stars. Think they movie stars. You gotta understand, like, one I ain't gonna mention his name, but there's one promoter that really told me this nugget that really stuck with me. And this can apply to this. Basically, he told me, if you got good product, just like selling dope, if you got good product, sell it. Don't give it out for free. So, and that's what a lot of these promoters are doing right now. They're giving out the product for free. They're giving sections to all these people that really are not paying and not invested. So, if they're not invested in it, but you're giving it out for free, they're never going to pay. Everybody else going to look at you. Future clients going to look at you and not want to pay because they see all the people getting it for
Mhm.
free around you. So yeah,
Yeah, so it's definitely like they got a lit event, but they ain't making no money from it, huh?
exactly.
Got you. All right. So, what's the behind the scenes checklist like for the crowd to be lit, or what's the behind the scenes checklist that the crowd never sees? Like, how does it turn into money? Because yeah, everybody sees. Okay, we all in here having fun, but like, what's your behind the scenes checklist?
Behind the scenes checklist. So first, we got to start from before the party is even executed. So marketing is everything when it comes to nightlife. When it comes to promotion, you want to make sure you have marketing on lock. And not just in times have changed. This is 2026. This is the era of AI.
Right.
All them just posting flyers, that shit don't work no more.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta adapt. The people who haven't adapted, they have been evaporated in the whole nightlife ecosystem and forgotten. You have to adapt. Right now, content is king. You have to understand it's more than posting flyers. You have to relate to people. You have to entertain people, and you have to frame it where it actually centers around nightlife, centers around your business, centers around sections, selling sections,
Mhm.
people coming to your party. So how that looks zooming out is you can make posts about actually you're in the party and just make funny posts about, people at a party. What are some
Mhm.
things
Mhm.
that are happening in the parties? And actually you could make posts about being a promoter.
Got you.
We got a lot of crazy shit that be happening when it comes to being a promoter. So you can make a lot of content about that. But the people that do that really thrive.
Okay. Give me one good tip. So I know you're saying about how they should be posting about it. If you had one person right next to you that you want to help them turn their party into being sales without it sounding too salesy, what would you tell them to do?
If I want somebody to market
Mhm.
on social media but not be salesy,
Correct.
okay. What I would tell them is, number one, you don't just want to get on and just say, "Hey, I got a party Friday. All right, come on, come out." You don't want to just stay on that route. That has been going on forever as well. You want to be creative. This is the era of creators. So you want to be creative in the contents you create. You don't want to you don't want to be too direct. You want to
Mhm.
indirectly and subtly promote your event. So you want to entertain people and have it subtly bring them to your page. So you want to attract. So you want to attract, set up your bio, set up your profile to already be a funnel. So have your contact information up there. Have what you do up there clearly and make the content around that'll attract the audience that you want. So the party goers, you want to make party goer content, Not
Got it.
saying, "Oh, hey, just come on, you wanna make content." You and your girls coming out, you pulling up 50 deep and just making some funny content saying, "This is what we do when we go out," or they saying, "Oh, parties are dead, but this is us." Things like that that really draw people in to your world. Once you bring them into your world, you set up a funnel already. You need to have a funnel already set up that draws them into the sale rather than you just, oh, hey, come out, hey, tickets here, tickets there. Stop being, you don't want to, we want to let go of that era of just the salesman.
Gotcha. Okay. So since you turned into this amazing businessman, I would like to add that for you. What was your biggest failure getting to this level? And what did it teach you?
My One of my biggest failures, as I would say, is putting too much trust in people before letting them prove that they are worth the privilege that this is.
Wow.
So I had to realize that, just like one of the 48 laws of power, never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use your enemies.
Wow. Okay.
You want to learn how to recruit people for your team and draw people in that actually earned their spot. So don't give out too much access at first hand. You want to let people earn their position. And when people earn their position, they're more invested. So they're less willing to be ignorant and collapse the whole business and the environment. Yeah, that's definitely one of the failures that really changed my trajectory of thinking and have people in business understand that this is how you earn your spot. You got to earn the way.
So you're very selective with who you choose to be around you. That's understandable. So how did you build this team out of nothing? Like did you already have a
Whew.
group of friends that you started with, or how did you pick these people apart? Are they still with you or have you changed over time? What is that dynamic of family and friendship and entrepreneurship and business people with you?
So one thing you got to understand about not only business but about entrepreneurship and nightlife. You're going to, as you're building, you're going to run into different people. Some people are going to stick with you. Some people are going to fade away. And it's okay. There's no grudges being held, but you got to understand that. So you got to come in with the mindset of, okay, let me not get too attached. Let me not get too attached to people that aren't serving me anymore, or, or just not contributing, offering no benefit. It's just taking. You don't want to be in a relationship and a situation where it's just take, 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 take. I read this book called Give and Take from one of my mentors, and it really opened my eyes. It really opened my eyes to the really reciprocity. It's a give and take in society. And the only way you're gonna win is when you understand that. You can't just keep going into every group just taking and taking and taking and thinking, "Oh, I'm fun." No, take your ass on somewhere if you ain't no beneficial to the people around you. So yeah.
That brings up my next question. So what's the rule for not getting pulled into messy situations?
The number one rule for not getting pulled into messy situations is take your ass away from that environment. Once you see the red flags, walk away. Like, stop being too attached. And that, piggybacking off of what I said before about not being too attached, you have to understand the red flags. When somebody's just messy, when somebody's constantly in some drama, it's only inevitable to when they're actually going to be in a situation that's going to draw you in, and now you're all in a messy situation. So you got to understand, you got to pay attention to the red flag, have discernment, and walk away. Stop being scared to say no and walk away.
So what's the time you had to cut someone off? And was it really necessary?
Man, shit, man. I didn't goddamn if I had a list of people who I cut off, man, this whole house would be damn full as hell. I didn't cut so many people off, and it's not just to say like, damn, I'm just a hateful person. I don't hate none of these people. I love these people. I love my community. I love my team. I had to understand what benefited me and what I'm benefiting. So if I know for a fact that I have tangible value that I'm adding to whoever walks in my life and whoever I give access to in my environment, my business, then I had to understand that I need a contributing factor as well. So I need people who have drive, who have proactive traits, who have determination, and not just people who just want to soak up the emotion, who want to soak up the energy, who want to just soak up the benefits. Having that around, that's literally the definition of a leech. And that's the most dangerous type of person you can have around you.
Do you feel like some of them were manipulative just to hang around?
For damn sure.
How do you tell the difference between loyalty and manipulation with these people?
I'm piggybacking on, Robert Greene's book, 48 Laws of Power. I really memorized all 48 laws. So I'm really very intuitive with manipulation and that's what people really got to understand about that book. It's not about, oh, this book is so horrible. No, you got to understand it so you can understand how to maneuver. It's not about you, oh, being evil and being manipulative. It's about you understanding and maneuvering through the fucking water of these sharks. If you don't want to get eaten, you have to understand how sharks operate so you can become a shark or you can become a sailor. Yes, I had to really understand that. One of the 48 laws of power is sometimes you gotta play a sucker to catch a sucker.
If these are your thoughts about the people that hang around you or even a part of your team, I could imagine that it is very strenuous or not, I wouldn't say strenuous, but I'm sure you really pick apart what you feel a healthy relationship is, especially in 2026. So what is your definition of a healthy relationship in 2026?
Uh,
Practically, not ideally.
a healthy relationship to me at its core is a relationship that can go through problems and solve them without discord, without without too much animosity and tension. You can solve your problems and get on with life because that's really the key to having a long lasting relationship in a marriage. As long as because problems are inevitable, they're going to come. Just like I said, mayhem is going to come. It's about you being able to maneuver through it and find solutions.